Hi, ladies and gentlemen. This is the BrewCrew Steelers review, and I'm Bad Bubba Brewer. So, ladies and gentlemen, I know it's a late Monday night because it is what it is. I was actually on another podcast talking Steeler football on Steelers Realm podcast. So, I'm just doing my BrewCrew Steelers review right now before I hit the hay. But, ladies and gentlemen, what a Sunday night game. Week 6. Steelers beat the Seattle Seahawks in overtime 23-20. It was a too long of a game, let's put it that way. But also, let's just go with a couple stats right now. And Big Ben was 29 of 40 for 229 yards, and he had one touchdown. That is correct. One touchdown from Big Ben. That's quite all right. So, honestly, that's right. That's right, Craig. A win is a win. But also, you had Najee Harris, 24 carries, 81 yards. He averaged 3.4. And he also had 6 receptions for 46 yards and 1 TD. So, and you also had Dante Johnson led all receivers with 9 receptions for 71 yards. And, ladies and gentlemen, he was drafted from Penn State, second round. In his breakout game so far this year was the tight end, Pat Freiermuth. 7 receptions for 58 yards. That's right, 58 yards he had. He caught some good passes thrown by Ben. So, and also, let's get into the Steeler defense here. What are we going to do? And also, the thing is, Steelers defense was great in the first half. The Steelers defense had 5 sacks. 1 sack by Cam Hayward, and 1.5 sacks by Highsmith. Half sack by Chris Wormley, defensive tackle. And this gentleman right now, 7 tackles, 1 forced fumble, 2 sacks, and that forced fumble was great in overtime. TJ Watt. So TJ Watt was something after the fact, I think, in the fourth quarter going into overtime. But the Steelers' defense got rushed on by 101 yards by Collins, the Seattle's running back. Okay? They couldn't tackle. Pittsburgh couldn't tackle anybody. So, I don't know. And Metcalf and Lockett combined for 8 catches for 93 yards and no score. So, that's right. Pat Freiermuth, Craig. But the thing is, we need to learn how to wrap up. We need to wrap up. That was a big problem going into that fourth quarter. I don't know. If Russell Wilson would have been quarterback, we'd have been shit out of luck. So, realistically, they needed to wrap up. The defense to me was lackluster except for TJ Watt's performance. TJ Watt took over the game after he got that, when he got blocked and he got a helmet on helmet and they didn't call it. I think it pissed him off, and he just re-energized the Steeler defense because realistically they weren't tackling, they weren't doing any of that. Okay, but they just weren't up to par. So my 3 top tier Steeler picks of my game. The first one is, of course, is TJ Watt on that performance. The second is Najee Harris for being the stout running back and being the Steeler player that we all know and love. And he puts in 150%. And also my third pick, because he had a great game, was Cam Hayward. Now, my honorable mentions were, of course, Chris Boswell kicking the field goal in overtime to win it. And honestly, the rookie Pat Vermouth with a big, 58 yards and 7 receptions. Those are my honorable mentions, because we are 3-3, people. We are 500. Cleveland is not. It's a casualty of war. They got beat by the Cardinals. Well, I don't know if he's worth every penny, Craig. I mean, that's a lot of money you're paying for one person to play football. I mean, that's just a lot of money. So, is anybody really worth that kind of money? Not one per. I mean, it's hard to say. But he did capture, Geno Smith. He strip sack, and he's starting to punch the ball out. He could almost got thrown out of the game, ladies and gentlemen, and that would have been costly for the Steelers. Next year, I believe that they are going to come up with a rule for punching the ball out due to TJ Watt. It'd be like another Hines Ward rule. So that will happen. So, but right now we are at 3-3, and this is later on. Usually these are right after the games, but that Sunday night game, it was getting late, and people got to work, including myself. So, but we have a bye week this week. Now, I probably won't be doing this. I'll be doing other stuff on the Triple B Experience. We're doing interviews and other stuff. Hopefully you guys subscribe to all our stuff. And honestly, I'm getting to try to do a co-Steeler podcast with the Steeler Realm guys. I talked about it tonight on their show. If you're looking for a Steeler podcast to listen to, please listen to the Steelers Realm podcast. They're a great bunch of guys. I go on their show all the time. They invite me, and they keep inviting me, so God bless them on that. But we're going to do a Cleveland Brown review, maybe bashing, anti-Cleveland one. That'll be good, because I don't like Cleveland. Who likes Cleveland? I don't even like the state of Ohio. So, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you guys for popping in. I know it's late. I always wanted to get this out. I was going to have Cable tonight with me, but it got a little bit late. But listen, subscribe, like, and share the Triple B Experience with all our shows, and this is one of them, the BrewCrew Steelers Review. This is week 6. Next week, we'll be talking Cleveland Browns. Get ready, and we're going to try to work it with the Steelers Realm podcasters and the BrewCrew Steeler Review and the Triple B Experience, all combined with all of us in the house talking some anti-Cleveland shit. That'll be awesome. So, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for listening. I'm Bubba Brewer, and you are listening to the BrewCrew Steelers Review on the Triple B Experience YouTube channel. No, Cable is on X-Force. It's a Marvel. Don't think DC. But thank you for all your support. Remember, no, that's okay, Craig. Subscribe to the Triple B Experience so you see all these shows, and I'll be back sometime with some other shows, and we got some big interviews coming up this week on the Triple B Experience. And like I said, ladies and gentlemen, good night. Hit like, subscribe so you can listen to all this content. Thank you for listening. Go Steelers, 3-3. We're 500. We're just going to keep one game at a time. Thank you. Have a great night and a better tomorrow.